Welcome to our virtual volunteer training session for United Way Blackhawk Region's Community Grant Process Financial Review Team. For the review, we'll be using EC Impact, a web-based grant management product used widely throughout the United Way network. Before we dive in, I want to express our gratitude for your willingness to participate in this robust and highly competitive grant process. We're proud of the volunteer-driven investment model that is the hallmark of United Way's contributions to our communities. Thank you for lending your time, expertise, and talents to this process. Our agenda today begins post-login. You will have received in a separate email from me the link to the EC Impact website, your username, and password. As a reminder, your username is your email address and your password is PWD123. P like Paul, W, D like David, lowercase 123. Okay, in today's session we'll be covering how to change your password, verify and update your profile information, navigate the home page, explore contents of the Resource Center, evaluate the documents, and submit the evaluation. So after logging in, here we are at the landing page. And we'll go through this page, the screen, beginning in the upper left-hand corner. You'll see a greeting followed by your name, a link to change your password, a link to sign out, and a session clock. So each session is 2 hours long. You can stay in the system as long as you like, but if you've been inactive for any period of time and run out the clock, the system will log you out. It will always perform a save as the last function, so your work will remain intact. To the left, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a navigation tree. And you can see on the tree that we're at home. Here's the home page. Below lists the evaluations that are currently open for you to review. The 21-23 Community Grant application. You'll see a status icon. The status says not started. A quick link to go to the application, and then a progress summary. All right, we're going to go back to the navigation tree and we're going to click on My Account. So here is where we collect the information for each of the volunteers. Please do review the information, make certain that it's current. Please complete all the fields, and when you have completed a field, save and update. Please make sure to visit these sections as well, the address, phone number, and email address. Click the link, update the information, save and update. Okay, thank you. Let's skip evaluation and go down to the Resource Center on the navigation tree. You'll see several links here to documents that may be of interest to you or may be helpful to you as you evaluate the documents for each of the agencies. We'll just touch lightly on each of them. The Code of Ethics, you will have already completed that questionnaire. There is a volunteer Q&A that may be of interest to you for review. The volunteer training manual, if you learn best using a manual and you have a quick question, you can certainly click on the link, open up the manual, and find the answer you need. The Community Impact Policy Manual, these are the policies that govern our investment process. Volunteer panel survey responses, so we surveyed volunteers who have served in this capacity over the years. They have made suggestions that they believe would be helpful to you. These are the things that they considered. This is the information that they sought out. These are the resources that they used, etc. You can link to that document here. And then finally, the 211 year-end report. 211, as you know, is an information and referral service funded by United Way. Let's go ahead and click on that link. Let that download and open it up. This may be of interest to you if you'd like to know, as reported by 211, what the greatest needs in Rock County were in 2020. It gives us information about the needs, about the organizations that those callers were referred to, where those contacts came from, and what those unmet needs are. It's interesting information, just offering you a snapshot. Let's go back to the home page. So we covered the personal information and then the resource center. So now we'll get to the evaluation piece. Let's go ahead and click on the evaluation there, Community Impact 2021-23. The 2021-2023 Community Grant application process is here. You'll notice the status bar across the middle of the page, and you'll notice that this moves as you continue to work through the evaluation process. There is a search window here. If you want to look for a keyword in the application or evaluation, you can enter it here, click go, and be taken there very quickly. Moving down the page, you'll see that your status is not started, and then there is a status bar below that. You'll notice that this changes as you move through the evaluations. Here's a search bar. You can enter a keyword and quickly move through the application to that particular marker. So let's move down to our first agency. Your agency assignments will appear here because this is a test agency. There's only one listed. You likely have 3 or 4, perhaps 5 listed here. The agency name, the last time it was updated, so the last time you worked in it. The status of this evaluation, which is not started. The score, and then finally the action, so you can evaluate from this column and print. Okay, let's click on the first link. So the first thing I'd like you to do is please collapse this window by clicking on this gray tab. See how I did that? We'll just collapse that for now. I want to show you where everything is. So your assigned evaluations, if we click on this, that'll take us right back to the screen we were at with the menu. If you have a question about the agency that you're reviewing, if you'd like to learn more about the agency that you're reviewing, you can use this link to be connected immediately to the agency's website. That's a great feature and one that I use myself when I'm evaluating the programs. Moving down the page, we have again that status icon. And then you'll see a lime green button with a question mark in it. This is our additional information and instruction box. So by hovering over that, you'll get additional information for the associated item. So by hovering over that, you'll get information about the associated question or item. So and by hovering over it, you'll get information specific to that associated item. So this is the Jump To feature, and it allows you to jump to any section of the application that you wish to review. Now, because you are reviewing financial documents, those are all going to be housed here in the Supporting Documents tab. you'll see this green icon, lime green icon with a question mark. That's additional information and instruction. And by hovering over that, we get information, additional information and instruction about the associated item. In this case, the associated item is the jump to function. And by hovering over this icon, we can see that it gives us additional information. This is the additional information instruction icon, and it will give us additional information and instruction, coincidentally, about the associated item. In this case, the associated item is the jump to function. Here's the jump to, nope. And then you'll note this small icon, the lime green icon with the question mark. This is the additional information and instruction feature, and it will provide, coincidentally, additional information and instruction next to, and then the additional information and instruction icon that'll give you, coincidentally, additional information and instruction on an associated item, in this case, about the jump to feature. By clicking on that drop-down menu, you can see that by clicking on the drop-down menu, you can see all of the sections in the application. Because you will be performing the financial review, you'll be focused primarily on agency forms, and those forms are housed in a different spot. Let me show you where that is. That's over here in the supporting documents link. If we click on that link, we can see the links to those documents there. So you'll be looking at the audited financials or management letter, the board roster with term limits, the IRS Form 990, that's here in the supporting documents link, right next to the paperclip. So let's click on that link and we'll see displayed the required attachments for this application. You'll be looking specifically at the audited financials, the IRS Form 990, and the partner certification form. By clicking on the link, the document downloads and we can go to it directly. Okay. Let's go back to the application page. I won't go through the whole application with you. Again, you have the ability to view the entire application, and you may wish to do so. That's up to you. The forms that you'll be asked to evaluate are, again, those forms that are included here in the supporting documents link. Let's go ahead and take a look at that evaluation scorecard. So let's pop that window back out and we'll go through the different fields here. So right at the top, you'll see 5 icons. If you hover over them, save my work and return to the assigned evaluations. Again, that menu link that we saw just prior to this application page. Save my work, mark as completed, return to my assigned evaluations, and print. So this is a printable version of the evaluation form. Some people prefer to work on paper, and you're certainly able to do that if you'd like. Okay. At the top of the page, you can see these 5 icons. Save Save and return to my assigned evaluations. That's the previous screen. Save and mark as completed. Return to my assigned evaluations. Again, that menu screen, and print. Here's the status. Indicates your progress moving toward completing the assigned evaluations, and you are at not started. Now we'll see that change almost immediately as we begin to work through. You may save your work at any time by clicking on the Save My Work icon at the bottom, right here, or at the top of the page. When you have completed all the questions on the form, select Save My Work and mark as completed at the bottom or the top of this page. Okay, so as you're moving through the application, if you do it in more than one, evaluation, if you do that in more than one sitting, you will want to use the Save My Work. When the entire evaluation has been completed for this specific agency, you'll want to Save My Work and mark as completed. Okay, the questions are here, and they are yes or no questions. You'll see the questions listed here with the drop-down boxes, room for comments, the questions are listed here, and we'll ask that you respond to each. There's room for comments. The questions are listed here. Drop-down menus to respond to each, and then there's also room for comments. When you have completed this evaluation, you will want to Save My Work and mark as completed. When you do that, you will see that your status now has changed to Ready to Submit. And you will also notice, I'm going to collapse this, that we've jumped to a new page. So for this test agency, your status is that you are ready to submit your evaluation. The message box indicates so. It also tells you that a submission confirmation email will be sent to me. And all that remains for you to do is to click Submit Now. Let's go ahead and do that. Congratulations! You have successfully submitted this evaluation. And you'll notice now that your status has changed again, and it's indicated by this red color to Submitted. That is the end of your evaluation. I hope you found this training and guidance helpful. If you'd like additional support, please don't hesitate to reach out to United Way. We're happy to help. And finally, I would like to end where we began, and that's with a thank you. Thank you for your volunteerism and for supporting United Way Black Hawk Region.